Can everyone hear me clearly? Hey, how's everyone? Right. Okay, cool. Today's session, right? Today's session is going to be on introduction to crypto trading, right? I'll be actually focusing on a lot of the aspects of it where um, I I break down a little bit more into cryptocurrency trading. It'll be easy for me to just pull up a chart on Bitcoin and to show you trading strategies for it, right? But what I want to do instead, right, is I want to actually explain what is cryptocurrency, a blockchain technology, cryptography, right? All these little things, right? So to really get a good understanding behind the why Bitcoin was even what is the value of trading cryptocurrencies? Bitcoin, Ethereum, right? There are quite a number of other cryptocurrencies out there, right? But it's so in today's session we'll take a good look at that and it'll be pretty fun. Okay, what I want to encourage you guys is that I literally have another screen open over here, right below, right, that monitors your questions coming through. So if you have the chance, right, please send your questions through right away. Don't wait until the end of the webinar to ask questions, as we might not have time to attend those questions. I will be there is a nice little prize that they have towards the end of the webinar, right? So I'll be showing you guys how to get that. It's a nice little candlestick candlestick pattern indicator, price action indicator, right? So do check it out, right? It'll be towards the end of the webinar, right? And it actually we'll be looking at some examples of how it finds pretty good setups, right? A pretty good tool to use in crypto trading. I use it myself, right? It's one of the top indicators on Google. If you just search on Google like best MT4 candlestick indicator, right, is right up there at the top, right? So I'll be showing you guys how to get it later, right? It's a joint promotion with Axie to give it to you guys, all right? So without further ado, let's begin today's session, all right? Because there is, for some weird reason, the this GoToWebinar does not allow me to fully share my video. That's why I'm a little bit by the side over here, right? So as I toggle between the keynote presentation and I might be hidden, so just bear with me over there, okay? Right, I could move myself a little bit, right? I could move myself technically a little bit by the side here, so you guys can see me still. Yeah, I know it's a little bit funny. It's a little bit funny today. Okay, now let's begin today's session, right? Let's begin today's session, right? First things first, disclaimer, right? Everything in this webinar is educational in nature, so nothing should be construed as investment or trading advice. So, kind of please do your own little due diligence before you guys trade, right? So let's move on from here. All right, so these are the few things that we're gonna touch on today, right? If you can see let me see if I can pull up my highlighter. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so we're going to touch on firstly, what is cryptocurrency, right? So it's at a very basic level, cryptocurrency is like, yeah, cryptocurrency is just let me move this thing a bit. Yeah, cryptocurrency is maybe just Bitcoin, Ethereum, but if you want to dig one level deeper, what exactly is cryptocurrency, right? I'll be explaining to you some of the great things that make it so attractive, right? Then after that, we're going to look at what are the most popular cryptocurrencies around, right? There are a lot. There are coins which are good, and there are coins which are like meme coins. Meme coins are like I'm not sure if anyone got into the Squid coin. I think that's Squid coin and stuff. When the Squid Game show came out, so popular, and then some people created this like the Squid Game kind of coin, and then yes, it all kind of got messed up a bit, right? So those are like meme coins. Even some people argue like Dogecoin and Shiba Inu coin. Those are like little meme coins, a little bit less value. So it's just looking at some of the most popular cryptocurrencies out there. Maybe we have a little bit of time, we look into what makes them so popular, right? Then look at how you can trade these cryptocurrencies. Some of the main difference between crypto coins and crypto CFDs. I'll share with you my trading strategy. Really good trading strategy, a little bit more towards scalping, right? But in the wild west, right? scalping, right? It's the way I liken scalping, right? If can anyone share with me? Does anyone scalp over here? Who does scalping over here? Or do you guys mainly use day trading or swing trading? Do we have any scalpers in the room? Can seeing some responses come true, right? Do we have any? Oh, shucks, it's not scrolling down. Yep. Okay, we got a couple of scalpers. James is a scalper. Diana's a scalper. Ben's a scalper. Are the other guys day traders and swing traders, right? But scalping, right? For anyone who wonders what scalping is basically. Oh, just let me move myself a bit over here. Right, scalping is just. Let me pull my highlighter. Scalping is getting in and out of the trade fast. How do I? Yeah, erase all drawings. Okay, yeah. Scalping about getting in and out of the trade fast. The way I liken it is, imagine if you have a weather forecast, right? You have a weather forecast. There's a weather forecast for what's going to happen in 1 hour. There's a weather forecast on what's going to happen 1 day, right? Let me see. I can pull up my little my little highlighter here. You know, we got a weather forecast on what's going to happen in 1 day. Right? This is 1 day. We have a weather forecast on what's going to happen in 1 week, right? And we have a weather forecast on what's going to happen in maybe 1 hour. The most accurate one is over here, right? What's going to happen in 1 hour, right? You think about it, even the weather forecast for tomorrow might not be that accurate, right? And the weather forecast for 1 week is going to be the least accurate. You know, you're gonna say, yeah, it's gonna rain in 1 week. You know, it's like, who knows if it's gonna rain or not, right? This is what I call locus of control, right? So when it comes to trading, I tend to focus a little bit more on within your locus of control. I know what is going to happen in the next 1 hour, but I know less of what is going to happen in the next 1 day. And I know even less of what's going to happen in the next 1 week, right? So when it comes to trading, these are some considerations to have, right? And my particular kind of trading strategy focuses a lot more on scalping, knowing, you know, I know what's going to happen in the next 1 hour, right? And hence I have that locus of control. So I'll be sharing you a little bit more about my trading strategy. Then at the end, we'll show you how you get the TFA price action indicator, one of the best price action indicators out there, right? It works on MT4, right? It works on MT4, and the great thing about Axie is that Axie does have cryptocurrencies on MT4, does have shares on MT4, so you can load it. Technically, it can be not only used for cryptocurrency, it can be used for everything. I'll be showing you some live examples later of how it works in action and some of the kind of signals that it sends, right? So stay tuned for that. It's a really great, really great bonus to have. All right, now let's move on from here. Let's move on from here. Okay. Oops. Let's move on from here. A little bit about me for those of you guys who are here for the first time, right? And you're wondering who is this young guy, you know, who's presenting, right? So yeah, you know, I run the award-winning research firm Everest Fortune Group and also the Forex Army, right? They're finalists for 2019, 2020, 2021 for Best FX and Best Equity Research. So I usually work with major financial institutions to tell them where the markets are heading, right? But we have a special partnership with XC where we bring you guys the good stuff, the juicy stuff, the stuff that really take your trading to the next level, right? And of course, in today's session, you know, it's a really deep dive, not into cryptocurrency, but also I'll be sharing with you some of my trading strategies later, right? If you know how to implement them correctly, right, it's just a glimpse into, I'll point you in the right direction, right? We might have further webinars as we drill more into this kind of trading strategies, but it'd be a great way for you to get started, not only in cryptocurrency trading, but in trading in general. Okay, yeah, so if you want to find some other stuff, you can head over to the forexarmy.com, right, where I built some of my custom indicators and stuff, trade managers, and so this is all the different awards that we have, right? So yeah, we really know what the markets are doing, right? We know how to trade the markets, right? We've got a very strong team of traders that I run, right? And today, you know, I'll be trying to impart as much knowledge as I can over to you guys. All right. Now let's continue to the next slide. Let me just, I have to erase my drawings after each slide. Okay, yeah, so the next slide. All right, so what exactly is cryptocurrency? right? So at its core, it's just a, like a little digital or virtual currency that is secured by this important thing called cryptography, right? Let me just write it over here. It's secured by this thing called cryptography. Can I change my pen color? May I change it to red, right? By this little thing called cryptography. All right, cryptography over here. Excuse my terrible handwriting. So a lot of all these coins, right? All these coins, you notice it borrows the first part of it from this word crypto, right? But of course, its true meaning comes from the concept of cryptography. And you're going to ask, right, what in the world is what in the world is cryptography, right? And that's where we come to this part, right? So crypto, the interesting thing about crypto, right? I'm going to just use my pen here again. Can I just use my pen? Right. Interesting thing about crypto is that who knows what the meaning of crypto is in Greek, right? I'm not sure you guys can search for it, but crypto actually means, if anyone wants to take a guess, right? It actually means secret, right? Crypto actually means secret in Greek. Okay, it's basically right. It is basically sending secure and encrypted messages or data between two people, right? So you got the person here and you got the person here. You're just trying to send secure and encrypted data between two people. At the simplest level, it is like this, right? So if I got the Mr. Sender over here, I got the sender over here. What I do is I encrypt the data, right? I encrypt the message, right? And then I send it to a third party. Okay. Once I send it to a third party, he's going to receive a whole bunch of junk, right? It's not a junk, right? He's going to look at it and it's like, what in the world is this, right? It's not legible, right? Maybe it's just going to be a whole bunch of hacks, hacks A, B, D. It's just a whole bunch of stuff that he's just looking at it and it's like, I don't understand what it means, right? So that's why you notice that there's this little key, when it comes to cryptography, right? There's usually a little, you're trying to say there's a public and private key, right? And you need to decrypt something, right? So, yep, I have super important information, maybe my life. This is my the password to my to my bank, right? To my pin code to my bank, right? It's super important, right? No one should get his hands on it. Maybe it's like the KFC recipe, no one can ever get their hands on it, right? So you get it there, you encrypt it, right? So imagine you're like, okay, I want to send it to this guy, right? It's like, I'm this person over here, I'm A and I'm B, right? I want to send this super duper important information over to this guy, right? So back then, if you imagine if you want to send like the KFC recipe or something, it's so important. I'm not sure if you've ever seen it around, but apparently when they want to travel, they want to transfer the Colonel Sanders recipe, right? They actually have like armored vehicles, everyone just protecting it, as they transfer that recipe, right? So protected, right? But what if I want to send this document, right? I want to send it to someone, and I'm so afraid that it might get stolen along the way. People read it along the way, right? So I send it, and I only said, and this other person over here, he has this thing, he has this key, right? It's a special key to decrypt the message. Right, so I send this message, it goes along the way. Anyone who reads it is going to see a whole bunch of gibberish, right? They're never going to understand what it means. Then only when it reaches this guy and he has a key over here, right? Imagine he puts the key in, he twists it, he decrypts it, right? Then he can read it in normal messages, right? In simple English, right? But that's the concept of cryptography. Now, this concept, right? This concept. So previously, imagine if I wanted to send this information across many different people, I need to pass it to maybe another guy and another guy and another guy, another guy, another guy, another guy, right? Imagine if I just want to transfer this information all the way to that person, right? Previously, I need to find all my trusted people over here, right? This person needs to be my super trusted person. This person needs to be super trusted, right? Everyone needs to be super trusted because I'm like, this is a super duper important information, right? I need only my top generals, right? I only need the top people in my life that I trust to bring it over. But with this, with this approach, with this person having an encrypted key over here, right? When I send it over, right, it allows us to, it allows this transaction to be trustless and secure, right? Means that I don't need to know all these people along the way. Previously I need to know that everyone is a trusted person that's going to make his way all the way to this guy over here, right? Because the success of me transferring this information to from person A to person B depends on that. It depends on how well guarded the vehicle is, transferring that recipe, right? It depends on who is driving the vehicle, right? It depends on so many things, right? And that requires trusted people. Cryptocurrency, cryptography introduced the concept of trustless, right? It allows you, to just basically, it doesn't matter. You can get a whole bunch of high school kids, right, sending the recipe over. As long as they don't have the key, there's no way they can decrypt it, right? So it's not only trustless, right? It's trustless. The other things that can come out from it is that it can be anonymous, right? It can be secure, right? Of course, over here, I'm going to put it anonymous, not to be confused with the anonymous group, right? Yeah, so, it can work in so many ways, right? You don't need anything, don't need any middle parties anymore, right? You don't need any middle parties. Now, if you can be encrypt, if Colonel Sanders, right, can trust him with his recipe, people can trust it with their money. And this is the big thing, money. Imagine if this guy, right? This guy, a whole bunch of you guys come from Malaysia, right? You got Malaysia, we got Brazil, right? A whole bunch of you guys come from these countries, right? And you're like, I want to send money. I want to send money from Malaysia to this guy in Brazil, right? Maybe Gilson, right? Gilson is from Brazil. So we got Ravi, who no, we got who else is from Malaysia? Oh, yeah, Ravi. Ravi's from Malaysia, right? Ravi wants to send some money to Gilson in Brazil. All right, so let me just erase my drawings over here. Dang. I'm gonna pick another pen. So Ravi, right? Ravi wants to send some money to Gilson in Brazil. Okay, now previously you're just talking about recipes. Now we're going to talk about what's the word for it? Currencies, money, something that is a lot more personal to us, right? So you kind of want to send the money all the way over. Now, who are the people that we can pick for that? Usually, right, you got your little banks coming up, say that yes, come use my services, right? I have fast transfer, I got international money transfers. We got the guys over at Western Union, right? I'm sure you guys are familiar with them. And guys over at Western Union, we got even people coming in, right? We got people at TransferWise, right? Got TransferWise, right? We got all the different kind of people that say coming in between and say, pick me, for a small fee, I will transfer it for you, for a small fee. What banks do? The banks charge you a transaction fee, and imagine you're sending, money from, like, you're sending ringgit, right? You're sending ringgit over. Okay, then Gilson in Brazil, right? He's like, you know what? I don't want pesos, right? Maybe I want it in USD, right? Because it's easier to spend it over here. I only want in USD, right? Then the bank will say, yeah, I'll help you transfer it, right? But then the rate that they give you is terrible, right? So maybe 1 USD is equivalent to how much ringgit, right? Yeah, 1 USD is, I'm guessing, is about five. Is it about 5 ringgit? I'm not too sure about that. Yeah. But yeah, so it's let's just say it's yeah, for every 1 USD you get five, right? The bank can come in and say, yeah, you know what, back then, right, when you have no other alternatives, right, you don't have Western Union, you don't have oh, it's 4.4. All right, cool. Ravi knows it's 4.4, right? It's over here. 1 USD is 4.4 ringgit, right? The bank comes in and say, you know what, 1 USD is 4.2 ringgit, right? So no. Actually, the bank will give you something worse. It's like you give me 4.7 ringgit and I'll give the guy over here 1 USD. You're gonna look at it and like, wow, that's a crappy deal. Usually it's just 4.4, but I need to pay you so much more. I need to pay you like 4.7. I need to pay you 5 ringgit just so that you're gonna give the other guy 1 USD, right? The bank will like take it or leave it, right? And on top of this terrible exchange rate, which I'm gonna give you, I am going to charge you $100 transaction fee, right? So that's where you're like, oh man, this is terrible. But since I don't have a choice, I want to buy these brilliant Brazilian coffee beans, right, from Ravi, right? I will have to pay him, right? So you pay him at this terrible exchange rate, right? Now there are of course more people coming in. You got Western Union, you got TransferWise, and they say that, yep, we will give you at a rate of 4.5 maybe, right? It's pretty good. And you're like, and no transaction fees maybe. So you start going to them, right? So you still pay a little bit more because Western Union, TransferWise, these guys, they still need to make a little bit of money. Maybe they charge you a little bit less. Instead of $100 transaction, they give you like $10. All right. Then cryptocurrency comes in, right? So cryptocurrency, because it is trustless, right? Because it's trustless, it helps you get rid of the middleman. Okay, it helps you get rid of the middleman. Because can you imagine, right? If you want to send the money over, why do you pick these guys? You pick these guys because you trust them. It's very trustable. You won't pick a random guy. Imagine you got like $100,000 you want to pass to Ravi, right? You won't ask a guy, at the airport, hey, can you take this 100 grand and like bring it and pass it to the guy there, right? He'll be like, yeah, of course, I'll take it for you, right? And then he runs off with it. So you need someone you trust, right? And you're paying a premium for the trust. The more trustable it is, right? Then the harder, the more expensive it's gonna cost, right? So if you told Ravi, yeah, you send me the beans, all right? Send me the beans. I'm gonna give you. I got a guy who's coming. That's gonna give you money. Ravi will be like, nah, I don't trust it. And maybe Ravi will go like, when he comes, the money comes. It's like, let's just tell him that the money didn't come, right? There's no proof, right? So it becomes very, it becomes there's all these issues with trust, along the way, every step of the way. So with cryptocurrency, it becomes trustless, and very importantly, it removes the middleman. You can then send it right over. It's as simple as Ravi, we just go to oh no, sorry, it's Gilson who is in Brazil. Ravi is in Malaysia. Sorry, I got you guys mixed up. So yeah, you guys was living in different countries, right? So Gilson will be like, hey, you want some Brazilian beans, right? All right. Now just give me. All right. Here's my public key. Okay, my public key. Right. So this is usually your wallet address. Right. So it give you maybe it's just an ABC, a very simple key. ABC 123, right? You can send the money right over, nothing in between, right? Nothing in between, right? What you send, what of us, Ravi will get it directly, right? So that is the concept of why cryptocurrency became so popular, because of cryptography, right? You need to know why cryptography was so great, right? Why it managed to cause such a big revolution, right? I mean, it's always been around, just that we never really applied it to cryptocurrency, right? And even if we implemented the cryptocurrency, then it brings us to the next thing over here. Let me just talk about one other thing, right? When it comes to, we now know what's cryptocurrency, right? The next thing we need to know about is the concept of blockchain technology. Okay, so cryptocurrency is not just cryptography by itself. If it was, it'd be super simple, right? People would have figured it out a long time ago. But one of the great things about a cryptocurrency is in how creative they actually use blockchain. Now you're gonna look at me and say, we just what in the world is blockchain, right? Wait, let's see. Gilson mentioned something. By coincidence, I sell Brazilian coffee. Oh wow, oh wow, Gilson, I had no idea, right? And that is great. That is great. Maybe I can get some from you. I can send some my way, right? By coincidence, you sell Brazilian coffee, right? I swear, I actually just give me a profile or something. I'm just guessing. Okay, so we just look at it and we're like, what is blockchain, right? Blockchain is one thing where it actually helps you tell the difference between real money and counterfeit money. Okay, real money and counterfeit money. How many of you guys over here, right? How many of you guys over here have the Britannica encyclopedia, right? Does anyone have a Britannica encyclopedia? I'm just curious. I mean, I used to have it. My parents used to have it. Does anyone else happen to have this Britannica encyclopedia? Right? I see a couple of you guys saying, yeah, you do, right? and imagine, right? This encyclopedia, it was supposed to be, no, I don't know, right? I used to have it a long time ago. Yes, a long time ago, right? I don't think they exist anymore, right? But can you imagine the world information used to be contained in this encyclopedia, right? So someone could just go in there and say, hey, you know what? This this particular piece of news about me, right? I want you to, I'm gonna pay you $100, right? Write something nice, right? And you can just do that, right? If you it becomes so manipulatable, right? And you compare it with the guys over at Wikipedia now, it's controlled by the world, right? I mean, there is a lot of free speech there, but if you ever try to edit a popular, you ever try to edit something, you can edit. Sometimes they make it tough for you to edit, but when you edit, there'll be editors who come in who check what you write, right? And they realize that, hey, this guy is writing nonsense. They'll ban you, right? There are multiple people who come in and say, did this guy write the correct things? Is it legitimate? Did he lie? Right? Is he telling the truth? Is he giving his own opinion? Right? So the Wikipedia, is like it's in some sense that is like the blockchain, right? Many people agree on something, then it leads to this piece of information which is then real. Okay, so at its very core, that is roughly what a blockchain is. Now I'm going to show you how cryptocurrency uses blockchain. Okay, now the thing about blockchain is that each block has a hash. Okay, each block has a hash. I'm going to take my handy dandy little highlighter here. This hash over here. The hash is like a fingerprint, super duper unique, right? It contains not only numbers, it also contains letters, right? And think about number of permutations that can come into here, how many ways you can rearrange it. It's almost going to be, it's in a super duper unique. It's like a fingerprint, okay? No two fingerprint are the same. Now, right, the amazing thing about a blockchain is that when you change any small part of it, right, and when you change any small part of it, is that its fingerprint changes, right? I mean the hash changes. This hash is different from this hash, right? So it's like an identity of someone. Person A and person B. You guys gonna have different fingerprints. You guys gonna have different, different features, right? Different races, different family lines. The moment you change anything, right? So this was previously yellow. The moment you change anything, right, the hash would change. Okay. Now the hash is like a fingerprint of a block. Why is this so important, right? Why is this so important? Let's take a little look, right, into this, right? So I just showed you what a block is. Okay, I just showed you what a block is, right? So a block, for a blockchain to work, what happens is that I will have a hash, right? Okay, this block was not connected to anything else, doesn't matter, right? The next block, right? The next block over here will have your hash, and the information that makes up this blockchain is that you also have your previous hash, right? You can see it's connected over here. And the next block over here has this hash, right? And then it has another previous hash that it kind of leads up to over here, right? So the benefit of that is that imagine everyone is kind of holding their hands together, right? They're all holding their hands and just saying like, okay, we are in this together. I need to know the person before me. You need to know the guy before me, and you need to know the person before you, right? So what happens is that if if you try to manipulate, right, this part of the blockchain, and because computers are fast enough, many computers are supercomputers, this can happen. You can come in here and like, yeah, you know, I'm going to change this into, I'm going to hack this, right? You have the guy in front of you that will go, you know, who was holding your hand previously. It's like, hey, you know, you're not the guy I was holding my hands with, right? I'm holding hands with 6BQ1, right? You are now, right, HY, no, H62Y. You're a different person, right? And then, you know, it suddenly sounds the alarm, right? Like, hey, you're not the real guy, you know, it's, why are you over here? Correct. So that is the that will break the chain, right? Break the chain, because you need to not only have your hash, but you also must have your previous hash, right? So this, imagine the more and more this kind of lines up, you know, it becomes more and more secure, right? You got one block, you got two block, you got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you got maybe a million blocks. Now, even with like a million and gazillion blocks, computers might be fast enough to actually be able to manipulate the blockchain, right? You got a supercomputer, right? They're like, yes, okay, I'm going to manipulate this, and I'm going to manipulate this, and I'm going to manipulate this, all the little blockchains along, all the little blocks in the way. I can manipulate the whole thing, right? So that is why um, the blockchain actually makes use of this very, very interesting concept, right? Which is actually called proof of work, right? So it takes, you know, roughly 10 minutes, followed by another 10 minutes, right? So it's not right away, right? So the first thing, you know, like Bitcoin is very popular with also proof of work kind of thing, right? It was their answer to a supercomputer coming in and trying, you know, they give them super duper complex algorithms to solve and stuff. So it's never that easy, right? To just come in and change everything, right? You know, if you come in and change everything, maybe it needs to be happen in that split nanosecond, then yeah, it works. But you know, if you need 10 minutes and 10 minutes and you multiply that by a million, right? A million, what was it, blocks, it's going to take forever, right? So that's why proof of work is very important, right? And it's also a big thing that actually drove the adoption of cryptocurrency, right? I mean, people signing ledgers and putting in the blockchain, very, very important. Okay. Now, then, right, there's one last thing that I want to highlight, right, that makes cryptocurrency so great, and that is consensus, right? Meaning that when you come in here, when new block is created over here, it gets sent to this guy, it gets sent to this guy, it gets sent to this person, it gets sent to this person. Okay, and this is just a diagram with like 4 people. Usually there's like millions and millions and millions of people, right? Then what actually happens is that they can all come together and say, yes, there's consensus, right? All of us agree on this block, right? We agree that this block exists, right? There is consensus, right? And then, you know, the blockchain continues going. If you come in there and you try to alter this, right? You try to alter this, you know, then you're not going to get consensus. Someone's going to say, hey, you know, something's fishy over there, you know, doesn't look right, right? I think we should sound the alarm, you know, something like that. You know, it's like, you know, cut this person out, they're not real, right? But you know, that's on a super simplified level. But yeah, the one of the great things about blockchain is that it's not only you know, blockchain over here, but you know, you have consensus. You need multiple people. You multiply that across the world on how many people are trading Bitcoin, right? You've got millions and millions and millions of people who do that, right? And it becomes impossible to fool these people. And because of all this, right, you then achieve this concept, right, of trust. You trust it enough to bank on it, you know, being currency. You trust it enough that, yeah, you know, it works. And there's no reason for it not to work. Okay. Now, I'm just being very wary of time, so I want to cover a few more things, right? Nice to see everyone is still with me. Everyone's still with me. I want to touch on one thing, right? So back to cryptocurrency, you know, one of the last things, right? And this is where it generates a lot of its value. Actually, a lot of it generates its value is that it is not issued by any central authority. Theoretically, it's immune to government intervention, interference, right, and manipulation. Now, what do I mean by that? Here we go. Cryptocurrency was really about cryptocurrency is really about changing this thing called the trust model. Why does it not allow me to pick my highlighter? It's about changing this thing called the trust model. Previously, we were using gold, okay? We were using gold, right? But the problem with gold, right? I mean, the good thing about gold is that there's a limited number of gold in the world. That's a great thing, and that's why it's a safe haven for those of you guys who are um, technically, people have compared cryptocurrency to this thing called digital gold, right? They call it digital gold. Why do they call it digital gold, right? It's not because they want to increase its value, but because of its limited nature. How much gold is there in the world is a limited amount. You can mine finish all the gold in the world. So that is why it tends to be this thing called a safe haven, right? They back in the days, many years ago, right? What do people transact in? They transact in gold coins, right? I mean, they transact in gold, right? They have little gold coins here and there. They measure the weight of gold, and they give to people. They have gold bars, right? But of course, it's hard to get a haircut, right? And you're like, okay, let me shave off some gold for you, right? And then they start weighing, all right, that's about 1 gram of gold, right? We're gonna give you a haircut now. So, it's not that great, carrying gold around in your pockets and stuff, right? So, and imagine if you really wanted to buy an expensive item, right? You want to buy, let's just say you want to buy a car, right? Or maybe a house, right? You can't push like a truckload of gold over, right? So it becomes very, hard in some sense to really scale it, right? That's why people move to something called fiat currency, right? So anytime you hear fiat, don't be confused. It basically means currency over here, okay? Yeah, so we are moving the trust model from gold, physical gold, to currency. But what is the problem? Currency, got the president and you got the different people, right? Different countries got different stability of their currencies, right? A US, $1 in the US, very safe. $1 in Zimbabwe, less safe, right? Because a lot of it depends on trust and stability of a country, right? So these are also considerations. But then, right, what's the downside of fiat currencies? We recently had, we went through the pandemic, right, COVID-19, right? And one of the terrible things, right, one of the terrible things about that was that people, do you remember the US? What did the US do? Right? They're like, oh no, we are going into a recession. Let's print money. Let's print money, right? They're just printing money. Let's throw money everywhere, right? And that was the problem. It's unlimited, right? It's unlimited. You can print as much as you want, and now we are bearing the brunt of it because of a crazy inflation, right? But yeah, that's the thing. With fiat currencies, you can print it. Can you print gold? No, you can't print gold, right? And of course, it's centralized. It's controlled by the, coincidentally, central bank, right? The central bank are the guys, decide how much money, to print, right? And so, it is unlimited and it's centralized, right? Instead, right, what cryptocurrency is, it is limited, right? It is limited. Cryptocurrency is limited and is decentralized. Super duper important thing here is limited and is decentralized. Okay, right? So there's a limited amount of it. It helps as a natural fight against inflation. As decentralized, it's not owned by this bunch of people in the central bank that's going to decide, with their high salaries, how much is going to be paid, how much is going to be printed, but it's decided by the people in the world. All right, that's why it's very important. It really changes the trust model. Okay, some of the most important, so I'm being very wary of time again, right? Some of the most popular cryptocurrencies out there, right? Just let me erase this. Yeah, some of the most popular cryptocurrencies, right? We got Bitcoin, right? You got Ethereum, Tether, USD, Binance. I think this is the Binance stablecoin, the Binance stablecoin, right? You got Ripple, Cardano, Solana, Dogecoin, Polkadot, right? You notice that the majority, right? The majority, like this market cap over here, Bitcoin itself is practically half of the entire market. Then we got Ethereum, big enough, right? And then the next three biggest are these three. Okay, Tether, USD, right? BNB, right? And then of course we got the Binance USD, right? I think this is a stable coin. These two are stable coins, if I'm not wrong, and USD coin is a stable coin too, right? We know how messy stable coins can get. I'm not a super big fan of it, But yeah, each coin, different coins come in with different propositions, right? Ripple, Cardano, right? A lot of it depends on this super keyword. I'm going to give it to you over here. And this will be the word that defines all cryptocurrency. I'm gonna write it out over here. The word is utility. Okay, the word is utility. So one of the big arguments is that, yeah, sure, you got Bitcoin, but what are you gonna spend it on? Who's gonna accept Bitcoin? Who's gonna accept your Ethereum? Who's gonna accept your Dogecoin? Right? Yeah, I'm a millionaire, I mean Dogecoins, but what can you spend it on, right? If you imagine you printed your own money, right? You stood there and like, I'm gonna print my own money, all right, today. I print and I print and I print my own Desmond coin, right? I have $1 million of Desmond coin. Now the problem is no one's gonna accept my coin, right? No one's even gonna put a value to it. I go to the Starbucks, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna give you 5 million Desmond coin for one latte, right? They're gonna look at you and it's like, no, we don't accept Desmond coin there, right? So this is a big thing when it comes to driving the adoption of cryptocurrency, right? Is that how, can you really use it? That is why, our unofficial spokesperson of all things cryptocurrency, right, Mr. Elon Musk, right, when he says that you will be able to buy Tesla cars with Dogecoin, boom, Dogecoin, goes up. You'll be able to buy stuff, be able to buy some of it with Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? It goes up, right? And it's news that a local cafe down the road, they now accept cryptocurrency, it goes up, right? A developer, comes in and say, yeah, don't pay me in USD, pay me in cryptocurrencies, in Bitcoin, it goes up. The more utility there is, the better it is for cryptocurrency. Now, what causes crypto to fall? One of the big things that causes crypto to fall, right? So remember, guys, the more utility there is over here, the better price. So you always kind of want to be, in terms of trading, fundamental point of view. If you hear little news things like, hey, there's going to be big adoption in Tesla, maybe Netflix allows you to pay in cryptocurrency. Wow, man, I tell you, that's going to be crazy, right? Disney Plus, you can now visit. You can buy Disney theme park tickets in cryptocurrency. Wow, it's gonna go up, right? So you want to look for little things, right, that says, yes, there's going to be more utility in cryptocurrency, okay? Because that would drive the price up. What are things that cause the price to go down? Recently, another hack, right? I think one of those crypto exchanges got hacked, and I think a lot of people lost money. There were the NFTs, right? There's I think a Solano, even the recent shucks, I forgot the name for it, right? I think it's the Luna, right? Luna, being so unstable, causing everything to crash. The stable coin, causing everything to crash, right? That causes people to lose confidence, right? And when they lose confidence, the value of the market just drops. Everyone just starts selling because they're like, oh man, that is, your cryptocurrency can be hacked, right? Your cryptocurrency can be hacked, right? And it's not safe. Imagine if that is the equivalent of a bank getting robbed, right? Not even a bank, right? I mean, sure, yeah, bank is one thing. Can you imagine one day the bank says, hey, yeah, Mr. James, right? You don't have any more money, right? We got robbed today, right? Can you imagine, right? You'd be like, what in the world is happening? This would never exist, right? This can't happen, right? That doesn't even exist in your realm of possibility, right? But with cryptocurrency, it becomes very, very, when an exchange gets hacked, people actually consider that it's the equivalent of that. Okay, Sam, cryptocurrency is limited because there's a fixed number of Bitcoin, there's a fixed number of coins that are usually issued, right? And there's a thing called the halving, right? But yeah, and the mining, but there's a fixed number of cryptocurrency, right? It was decided that this amount of cryptocurrency in the world, this amount of Bitcoin, and it'll be this amount of Bitcoin. You cannot create more Bitcoin, right? So that's the thing, right? They just decided to do it like what gold has. Fixed amount of gold in the world, yep, that's it. Once it's done, it's done. That's why there's a limited supply. Okay, right? So yeah, some of the things that I want to let you know is that there are many cryptocurrencies you can trade on. Of course, a wonderful broker, Axie, right? I'm going to show you how you can take a look at them, right? I know they use the symbols over here. We got Litecoin, OMG coin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, right? You got Dogecoin, Litecoin, yeah, this different cryptos over here. But on top of that, right, on top of that, they have, you know, tokens, they got smart contracts, you know, DeFi space that you can trade. I'm going to show you how you can get to that place, right? I'm going to show you how to get to that place, all right? Let me pull it out over here. And of course, I need to close my highlighter. Yeah, close my highlighter. Okay, markets to trade, you want to go to crypto assets or even crypto CFDs. Okay, and of course, yeah, I'm going to explain to you the differences between crypto assets and crypto CFDs, right? Just give it a while to populate over here, crypto assets. Now, notice there are some drawings still on the chart, right? How do I remove these little drawings over here? Is it permanently stuck on the screen? Okay, it's gone. All right, cool, cool, cool. So I'm back here. I'm back here. All right. Now, so there are a lot of things you can trade. There are crypto assets and crypto CF. The main difference is that one, you own one and you don't own one. Okay. Let me see if I can put it out here. It's taking a while to load. Right. Let's go into crypto CFDs. Okay. An important consideration, right? Oh man, it always takes the worst time to take so long to load, right? You got Ethereum tokens, you got smart contracts that can trade, right? DeFi space, right? Sushi, you got Uni, right? And then we got the cryptocurrencies that can trade, right? So this Axie is really, really upping their game quite a bit, right? In offering the range of stuff that you can trade. Personally, a few things which I like, right, is that when you're trading this thing, the difference between trading this and going to like an exchange at Binance is that you're trading with a broker, right, and you don't need to use your own crypto wallet, right? So we've heard of crypto exchanges that got hacked, people losing a lot of money, right? So that is one of the problems, right? You know, I've heard of like even there are people's crypto wallets getting hacked, right? And there's nothing they can do about it, right? So that's the nature of cryptocurrency. It's actually a feature, but yeah, nothing is reversible. So once it's gone, it's gone. So that's the danger of it, right? There's no way you can call a bank, hey, you know, reverse this transaction, right? Once it's gone, right? But with crypto, yeah, you know, the good thing with Axie is that yeah, your funds are actually held in a bank, you know, like a segregated account. You can still trade on it. You can trade crypto CFDs. The main thing about crypto CFDs and crypto assets, one of it you own, one of it you don't own, right? One of it you're just trading the direction. One of it, both of it you're trading the direction. But of course, with crypto assets, you look to, you know, you look to invest in them, right? Maybe now Bitcoin's at a pretty good price. You expect it to go up further. You buy crypto asset. But crypto CFDs, right, pretty good for short-term trading. If you expect, you know, prices to drop over the next few weeks for Bitcoin, right, then you can maybe trade crypto CFD and short it, right? So important considerations here. Being super wary of time, I just want to move on and really, really let you guys, oops, where is it? Let you guys see some of the things I want. Oh yes, we have questions coming in on like what does each of the I'm gonna send a link to you guys. But what does each of the I'll copy this over here. So Axie have like a best performing cryptocurrencies each month, right? But one of the important thing, right? I'm just gonna paste it over here for you guys to see, right? Is that they actually have this part here where you can click on one thing, right? So recently LDO was the best performing cryptocurrency in June. You can then read up about it, right? I'm not going to take the time to explain everything here. You can read up about this, right? The Curve DAO token, Convex Finance, Uniswap. Read up about it over here, right? So you can get a little bit of deeper understanding. Now, you know, you guys know how cryptography works, blockchain works, so that's great. Okay. Now, so please come in here, check it out, right? So usually when it's performing very well, there's a little bit of bullish momentum. Trading strategy wise, it's good to try to buy on weaknesses, right? Buy on weaknesses. I'm going to show you how to do that in a bit, because the next thing I'm going to talk about here is we're going to talk about my strategy. All right, my trading strategy uses Fibonacci retracements. It uses Fibonacci projections. Now this thing takes about 4 hours for me to teach, right? But I'm pointing in the direction first, right? Because if I'm not wrong, actually we covered a topic on this before. You can find it in the previous webinars, right? Retracements, projections, Fibonacci expansions, and Fibonacci extensions, right? This is my trading strategy, right? The strategy which I use to trade full-time trader, right? I'm pretty young guy, 32 years old, right? And if I can do it, you guys can do it, right? I don't just trade crypto and trade a whole range of stuff, right? But if anything, right, is you learning the right stuff, can bring you in the right direction, right? The world of trading, the scary thing about it is that you can learn the wrong stuff. If you learn the wrong stuff, you end up losing, right? I'm just going to see if I can show you some examples over here. Like for example, on TradingView, I got a charts over here, my handy dandy charts. And go pull up something like Bitcoin. All right, I didn't really prepare it, so I figured I might as well show you it in real time. I'm going to show you how it looks like in real time. Okay, so one of my trading strategies is this thing called the Nike tick strategy, right? Let me see if I got an example over here. Nike tick. Okay, Nike tick strategy. I need to change the different FIB levels of FIBs. Okay, and I need to hide this thing. So we got Bitcoin, and maybe we go on the Wild Wild West, which is the 1 hour chart. Okay, Nike tick can go both ways, right? Let's see. This is the inverse Nike tick. The level that you're looking for, what you're looking for is this thing, a Nike tick. So it's either a Nike tick or an inverse Nike tick. If there's something I want to teach you guys, I just want to try to impart this little bit of knowledge. It's a really great scalping strategy to build a lot of things on. It only uses Fibonacci extension. You're looking to enter at 127, right? Over here, you can see price enter over here and plate back up to the 100. That's the only thing that you're looking for. Okay, that is the only thing that you're looking for. Just your stop loss, you put it at the 145 level. Pretty safe. Works very well in crypto. Different price feeds affect it differently, but I've tested it with XC. It's pretty good. Let me just show you another example. Maybe we have another Nike tick over here, right? Take a look at this, right? See, up here, it goes all the way down to 127. It touched this level, right? It bounces up, hit your take profit at 100 before it continues to puke down. Okay, pretty interesting, right? It doesn't work all the time, but it works enough, right? What you want to look for are nice Nike ticks. You don't want to look for this kind of tiny Nike ticks. You want to look for big enough Nike ticks. Okay, so like for example, you're looking for Nike tick over here, right? Looking for Nike tick over here. Reverse Nike tick, it can work in whether it's a bullish move or you can work whether it's in a bearish move, right? I'll see if I can find a couple more examples for you guys, right? I think there's, try look for here. Maybe this is one move. No, it's a little bit hard. It's a little bit too small to see. You're looking ideally for a slightly bigger Nike ticks. Let me see. This is Nike tick. There we go. Look at this movement, right? Nice Nike tick all the way up to here, touches the 127, comes down to the 100, right? It's a scalping strategy, so you don't need to play it beyond that. But yeah, you're just scalping there, right? So this is the move that you're looking for. Two really great strategy that you can use in our future webinars. If you want, I will show you how you can combine not only a Fibonacci extension, you can do Fibonacci projections over here. You can use all fibs, right? You notice there's a 100% projection. It's a swing high resistance. It combines together with a bigger Fibonacci retracement over here, right? 61. This is advanced, super advanced. All right. I believe in the future webinar sessions, I'll be really drilling this into a lot more to show you how I trade these kind of setups very, very profitably, right? Of course, many of you guys, no, not many. Some of you guys ask if I offer courses. No, I don't offer courses. I don't offer trainings, right? Because I believe any respectable full-time trader, right, will not be selling their courses, right? They trade for a living themselves, right? So no, I don't, right? The only time I make appearances is when brokers invite us, right? And they are the ones who pay a lot of money so that we can come in here and teach you this, right? This is one of the things that I want to leave you guys with, right? And the other thing, of course, a few of you guys are asking, the bonus, right? Here is the bonus that I want you guys to do, all right? Of course, this is a confluence. TFA price action indicator. How good is this indicator? You come up over here, you search best. I think it works, yeah. Best candlestick indicator for MT4, right? We are probably up here, right? The fourth position right here. Candlestick pattern indicator, right? It's 150 USD just to get it, but with XC you're going to get it for free. Okay, just how intense it is, right? Just how intense it is, right? I'll be showing you in a bit. All right, these are the instructions. I'm going to show you how effective it is. All right, you're going to need to go to this page, right? I realized that I need to type out the page for you guys, right? It's called pages.xt.com/mt4-price action indicator webinar offer. Okay, this is the page that you want to go to. I'm going to send it to you guys over here, right? And it will allow you to get the indicator. How does the indicator look like? Well, thankfully, I have a little screen over here, right, to show it to you. Okay, we got a little screen over here, right? This is my my MT4. This is because Windows, I didn't install it on my Mac properly, right? So this is how it looks like, right? So you can see the indicator actually is a very powerful indicator, right? It helps you identify the levels, right? Nice little bounce from here, right? Nice. It helps you catch those quick reversals, right? Quick reversals. Quick reversals. It's not reprinting. I mean, this case, it didn't go up, it lost, it lost money there. It doesn't work 100% of the time, but it's really great. How intense is it, right? Let me just show you how intense this indicator is, right? I'm gonna disable erase all my drawings and go back to my pointer. Oh, okay, right. File, open data folder, right? We got MPR4, we got files, and we actually give you this patterns.csv. Why do we give you this patterns.csv? Is because the amount of calculations that go into this is like one candlestick pattern over here, right? This is like the bearish gravestone doji, right? All the calculations that go into one, right? This is the entire row, right? It is crazy, right? The amount of intricacies, right? The small little details creates the best indicator, right? The small little details create the best indicator, because a lot of other indicators, right? They really just turn a blind eye, right? I'm going to show you some examples over here. A lot of other indicators, they turn a blind eye to the smaller important things that really makes an indicator great, right? Okay, so this is me. What this indicator does is that it actually finds a sustained drop before a move. It has a very strict way of identifying a pattern, right, in order to call the a successful reversal, right? So you notice those are the blue boxes before it, right? Because if you don't have the blue boxes before it, you're going to have an example like this. It's not, yep. This over here is every single indicator, every single, you look, all the reds, all the blues are all the moves. This is another example. I have no idea why the image is not loading. Can I open it in a new tab? Yeah, so for example, this is a bad example, right? Many other candlestick indicators out there, even if you search best candlestick indicator, you're gonna get stuff like this. It's crap. How do you buy and sell on this? You're gonna lose so much money, right? And this is real. These are real indicators out there. This is another real indicator out there. Okay, I'm gonna come in here, right? Look at that. How do you trade this? It's terrible, right? Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of signals, but you're gonna lose a lot of money, right? This tells you to sell, then 1 minute later it tells you to buy. 1 minute sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy. You're going to lose a lot of money, right? But with this indicator, it tells you sustained drop, right? See, it doesn't give you as many, but the moves that it gives you are very accurate, right? Very high hit rate, right? It usually works better on the higher time frames. Look at this, right? It gives you a very clear trading signal. Okay, the amount of calculations that go in is a lot just to figure out one particular pattern. Okay, one particular pattern, right? So usually it costs about 150 USD to get it. So this is an example of how we define like how like this move here happened before a big move happened, right? So we have one candlestick patterns, right? These are examples of bad ones, right? These are examples of bad ones, and our pattern gives the highest hit rate. Very good, very expensive, right? But you're gonna get it for free, right? You're gonna get it for free. I can just show you how it looks like. You can put it up on this chart. You can put it up on Ethereum. Ethereum, you call the nice little reversals here, nice reversal here, nice bounce all the way up here, right? Scroll back a bit. You caught this bounce before it happened. This one, it lost some money, right? I mean, it's human after all. It's not gonna make money all the time, and it even works on Bitcoin. Call a nice little bounce over here, nice little bounce over here. It doesn't reprint, right? If some of you guys were asking, nice reversal here, right? This is where it gets a little bit messy, right? Nice bounce over here, nice reversal over here. It lost money over here, right? So it doesn't work all the time, but it gives you a high enough hit rate where pretty good setups. Okay. Now, let me see some of the questions come through. Okay, so the link that I gave you guys, right? The link that I gave you guys, what you need to do, right? It's a joint collab with Axie. All you need to do is to open a free live Axie account, right? So you're going to open a free live Axie account if you don't have it yet. Deposit a minimum of USD 250. If you have an Axie account already, you need to deposit an additional $250. Email service@axie.com with the title webinar offer TFA TFA price action indicator, and don't forget to include your MT4 account number. They'll activate it for you and they'll give it to you. Okay, right? And this promotion, I think it's only for today or tomorrow, right? It's a very, very limited time promotion, so please go get it if you haven't got it, right? You're going to get it for free. That's the best part, right? That's the best part. You get it for free, and you're going to use it on not only cryptocurrency, because when you come in here, I can show you how you can then just load any chart, right? Let's just say you're like, all right, you know, I don't feel like trading crypto today, right? I feel like coming here and I feel like trading maybe I feel like trading gold, right? Gold futures. I just chart my window. Oh, maybe let me pick a one with maybe more patterns. Euro yen. Euro yen. I need to pull up the indicator, load it up. Looks like there are no patterns over here yet. There are no patterns yet. I think it's quite strict when it comes to finding patterns, right? So yep, we stick to these patterns that I showed you earlier. Okay, it's pretty good in finding these setups, right? So go grab a copy when you can. If you've attended your webinar, you sat through the whole thing, right? So it'll be a little bit of a waste, if you guys don't grab the opportunity to get it. All right. But yeah, so that's it for me, right? Adrian's asking, is crypto actually crypto spread better? Not really, right? I think they comparable, but I think Binance is, yeah, I mean their spreads are pretty good, right? So it's a comparable, right? If you their crypto asset spreads are pretty good too, though, right? So maybe not the CFD part, but the assets. Okay. Offer is until when by Sam, right? I think it's until this weekend, right? The sooner you get it, the better, right? The sooner you get it, the better, right? Because it's a limited time promotion, so it's either today and tomorrow only, right? Or a couple of hours after this webinar. I was told that they have it's a limited time thing, so I'm not sure when they're going to cut out, right? But it should be today and tomorrow only, right? So you just need to fund your account. But I know as long as you open an account and you fund it, right, and you quote the webinar, you're going to get it. Okay. All right. Yeah, I hope you found this webinar useful, guys. Wow, everyone stayed all the way to the end. That's great. That's really, really great. Yeah, thanks for staying all the way to the end, right? If you have any questions, right, feel free to ask me now, right? And of course, like I said, we're at the end of the webinar, right? I hope you guys had a great day, right? I can see questions come in. Could you share how much return I can expect a month? It depends on how much risk you are going to allocate, right? But if you allocate 1%, 2% per trade, and you have a good, expectancy on your trading strategy, you can make anywhere from 10 to 15% a month. But it depends a lot on I'm not going to promise you that, right? You need to go through and learn things properly. Axie has this thing called academy.axie.com. I wrote all the courses there. You can go in there and you can go learn too. Okay, right? It's a great place to. Oh yeah, a couple of you guys were asking for the link, right? You can just go to academy.axie.com. Another place I can go to, right? We created a whole bunch of courses there, right? You can view the trading courses. So if you haven't, you can sign up, right? You can see I wrote a couple of courses over here for you guys to go through, right? So yeah, go through it and you become a better trader too. For those of you guys who are asking, I think there was a question, right, by Ben, right? Where can I get the best course to trade? You can start over here, pretty in-depth stuff, very well animated with quizzes they can go through. Okay. That's it for me, guys, right? Thank you for staying all the way through, right? It's been a pleasure, right? Stay safe, trade safe. I'll catch you guys another time in the upcoming webinars. Okay, that's it for me, guys. Take care. Catch you guys another time, right? See you. Adios.